Did you know that after the age of 60 your body is silently eating itself? It is a medical condition called sarcopenia, and it is the single greatest threat to your independence. Every single decade you lose up to 8% of your muscle mass. This is not just about looking weaker in the mirror. It is about balance, mobility, and survival. Every fall, every fracture, and every slow recovery traces back to this silent loss of strength. But here is the shocking truth. The solution might already be sitting in your kitchen. That same cup of coffee you drink every morning can actually be turned into one of the most powerful natural medicines on earth. When combined with the right natural compounds, coffee becomes more than just caffeine. It becomes a life-saving ritual. We need to have a serious conversation about what is happening inside your body right now. Aging does not begin with wrinkles on your face. It begins with the microscopic breakdown of your foundation. Imagine your body is a house. Your skeletal muscle system represents the pillars and beams that hold that house together. After the age of 50, and accelerating sharply after 60, these pillars begin to rot from the inside out. This natural process is called sarcopenia. It is the involuntary loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength. You might not notice it day by day. It starts slowly. Perhaps the grocery bags feel a little heavier, or getting out of a low chair takes a bit more effort. But over 10 years, this adds up to a massive deficit. You are not just losing bicep size. You are losing the fast-twitch muscle fibers responsible for catching yourself when you trip. This is why falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in seniors. It is not clumsiness. It is a structural failure. The medical community often focuses on treating the broken hip after the fall happens. But the real cure is prevention. You must treat muscle tissue as a vital organ that needs specific nutrients to survive. The standard diet of toast and tea is not enough to stop this decline. You need a strategy that halts this erosion and rebuilds the foundation. Now let us look at your morning habit. Coffee is the most popular beverage in the world for a reason. It is comforting, warm, and wakes up the brain. However, for a body over 60 years old, coffee alone can be a double-edged sword. We often think of coffee as energy, but that is a dangerous misconception. Coffee is not energy. It is alone. When you drink black coffee on an empty stomach, the caffeine molecules block adenosine receptors in your brain, which stops you from feeling tired. Simultaneously, it triggers your adrenal glands to pump out cortisol and adrenaline. You feel alert, but you have not actually fed your cells. You are simply whipping a tired horse to run faster. For an older adult whose metabolic reserves are already lower, this creates a cycle of stress. You get a spike of alertness followed by a crash that leaves you trembling and exhausted by 11 in the morning. Furthermore, high cortisol levels from too much stimulation can actually eat away at muscle tissue. It puts your body in a catabolic state, which means breaking down. We want the opposite. We want an anabolic state, which means building up. The goal is not to stop drinking coffee because coffee is full of beneficial antioxidants. The goal is to transform the coffee. We need to turn it from a nervous system stimulant into a metabolic fuel delivery system. The first and most critical ingredient to add to your cup is collagen peptides. You may see collagen advertised for smooth skin and shiny hair, but its role in the aging body is far more profound. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. It is the glue that holds everything together. It forms the structure of your tendons, ligaments, cartilage, and bones. Here is the problem. By the time you reach 60, your body produces less than half the collagen it did when you were 20. This deficiency is the primary reason why your joints feel stiff in the morning and why injuries take months to heal instead of days. Your internal scaffolding is drying out and becoming brittle. Regular dietary protein like steak or eggs is great, but it is hard for older digestive systems to break down efficiently. This is where hydrolyzed collagen peptides change the game. These are proteins that have already been broken down into tiny chains of amino acids. When you stir them into your coffee, they dissolve instantly and have no taste. But once they enter your body, they are absorbed rapidly. They travel to your connective tissues and stimulate the production of new cartilage and muscle fiber. Studies have shown that seniors who take collagen daily experience significantly less joint pain and greater muscle retention than those who do not. It is literally sending the raw materials to the construction site so your body can repair the wear and tear of yesterday. If collagen is the steel frame of the car, then energy is the gasoline. One of the biggest complaints I hear from people over 60 is brain fog and fatigue. You feel like your mental gears are grinding. This happens because as we age, our ability to process sugar and glucose diminishes. Our cells become insulin resistant, making it harder to get energy from carbohydrates. Enter MCT oil powder. MCT stands for medium-chain triglycerides. This is a unique type of healthy fat usually derived from coconuts. Unlike other fats that have to go through a long digestion process in the intestines, MCTs take a shortcut. They go straight to the liver, where they are converted into ketones. Ketones are a superfuel. They are a cleaner and more efficient energy source than sugar. When you add MCT powder to your morning coffee, you are essentially giving your brain a high-octane fuel injection. Because ketones can cross the blood-brain barrier easily, you will feel a lift in mental clarity within minutes. There is no jittery feeling and no crash. For your muscles, this is crucial. By providing ketones, you teach your body to burn fat for fuel while preserving your precious muscle mass. It helps you stay active and mobile without feeling drained. It transforms your coffee from a drink that borrows energy into a drink that generates energy. You are building muscle and fueling your brain, but there is one more enemy you must defeat. That enemy is chronic inflammation. Scientists have a name for inflammation caused by aging. They call it inflammaging. It is a low-grade fire that burns constantly inside your body, damaging your blood vessels, stiffening your joints, and weakening your heart. To fight this, you need the golden spice known as turmeric. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin. It is one of the most potent anti-inflammatory substances found in nature. However, there is a catch. Curcumin is very hard for the human body to absorb. If you just eat turmeric powder, most of it passes right through you. This is why you must combine it with black pepper. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine. Piperine acts like a key that unlocks the door to your cells. Research shows that combining black pepper with turmeric increases the absorption of curcumin by 2,000%. When you add this golden duo to your coffee, you are creating a healing elixir. It works to lower the inflammatory markers in your blood. This means less pain when you walk, better circulation to your heart, and protection for your brain against degeneration. It turns your morning cup into a shield that guards your body against the wear and tear of time. We have discussed what to put in, but we must also discuss what to leave out. It is heartbreaking to see people ruin a healthy cup of coffee with toxic additives. The worst offenders are flavored coffee creamers. You know the ones. They come in bottles with flavors like French vanilla or hazelnut. These are not food, they are chemical concoctions. These creamers are typically loaded with hydrogenated vegetable oils, which are trans fats that clog your arteries and increase inflammation. They are also packed with high fructose corn syrup, which spikes your blood sugar and leads to belly fat storage. Even worse are the sugar-free versions. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose are devastating for your gut health. They kill the good bacteria in your intestines, which are responsible for your immune system and nutrient absorption. When you use artificial sweeteners, your brain tastes sweetness and prepares for sugar that never arrives. This confusion causes insulin dysfunction and cravings later in the day. If you care about your muscle mass and your longevity, you must banish these fake foods from your kitchen. If you need sweetness, use a tiny bit of natural stevia or monk fruit. If you want creaminess, rely on the MCT oil powder or a splash of real heavy cream or almond milk. Do not let a spoonful of chemicals undo all the good work you are trying to achieve. There is a biological rule that becomes unbreakable after the age of 55. You must respect your circadian rhythm. Coffee is a powerful tool, but if you use it at the wrong time, it becomes a wrecking ball. The half-life of caffeine is about 5 to 6 hours. This means if you drink a cup of coffee at 4 in the afternoon, half of that caffeine is still active in your brain at 10 at night. As we age, our liver produces fewer enzymes to break down caffeine, meaning it stays in our system even longer. You might fall asleep, but you will not get deep sleep. Deep sleep is the physiological window where magic happens. It is when your pituitary gland releases human growth hormone. This hormone is essential for repairing the muscle tissue you used during the day. If you have caffeine in your system, you skip this deep repair phase. You wake up the next morning feeling stiff, unrefreshed, and weaker. Therefore, you must make a strict rule. Coffee is a morning ritual only. Stop all caffeine intake by noon. This ensures that by the time your head hits the pillow, your system is clear. You will sleep deeper, your muscles will repair faster, and you will wake up ready to move. Using coffee correctly is not just about ingredients, it is about timing. Let us bring it all together into a practical routine. Tomorrow morning you are not just making a beverage, you are performing a ritual for your survival and vitality. You start with a cup of high-quality organic coffee. This provides the antioxidants and the gentle wake-up call. Into this hot liquid, you stir 10 grams of unflavored collagen peptides. This is your structural reinforcement, rebuilding your joints and muscles. Next, you add 1 teaspoon of MCT oil powder. This is your clean-burning fuel that clears the brain fog and powers your movement. Finally, you add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a tiny pinch of black pepper. This is your shield against pain and inflammation. You can blend this mixture for a few seconds to make it frothy and delicious. The taste is rich, earthy, and creamy. It feels substantial. When you drink this, you are not just hydrating. You are signaling to every cell in your body that it is time to thrive. You are dampening inflammation, feeding your muscles, and sharpening your mind. This is how you take control of the aging process. You do not have to accept weakness as your destiny. With this simple daily habit, you are giving your body the tools it needs to stay strong, balanced, and independent for decades to come. Now the power is in your hands. Information alone changes nothing. Action changes everything. I challenge you to try this for just 7 days. You do not have to buy everything at once. Start with just one ingredient like the collagen or the healthy fat and see how you feel. Listen to your body. Notice if your energy lasts longer. Notice if your knees hurt a little less when you climb the stairs. Your body is an amazing machine, and it is never too late to start repairing it. If this video opened your eyes to a new way of living, please share it with someone you love. Send it to a friend, a sibling, or a partner who needs to hear this. Together, we can change the narrative of aging from one of decline to one of strength. Subscribe to the channel for more life-saving truths. Here is to your health.